Alright, it's Fenriz, the opening track for Total Death album. In '95 I moved to Oslo. Bought myself a guitar and a pig nose amp and a huge ass effect board and started making songs. And this one became the opener. I'm actually really pleased with this song. On my 4 songs on this album, I played guitar on my own tracks, so I just laid down the drums first, having the songs in my mind. And I don't know about the bass. Maybe I played that as well. I don't remember. You have to ask Ted. So it's my guitar work on my 4 songs. Celtic Frost details here on the way I play the guitar and the riff. First riff was more or less Bathory influenced, so it's all 80s influence so far, as usual. I actually recorded this above a kindergarten at Nesodden, Follo, Norway, close to Oslo. This riff is probably one of the best opener riffs I ever wrote for an album. So, please doesn't pig in shit with that one. I've said a lot of harsh things about the Total Death album, but listening to it again today was a rather cool experience, except for all the the nasty bits. The bits that didn't work. As I always said, I had not fave songs, not fave albums, but fave parts, and there are some parts I will point out are faves, and other parts are, well, obviously I will tell you about the ones that do not work, for me at least. And you know me, when I think something doesn't work, I mean like it's universal rule or something. So just go ahead and kill me. This is my time anyway. The riff was totally designed to get the sort of string feedback that Tom G. Warrior would have done, I reckon. Now yeah, here's this break. This is sort of a link back to a song called Where Cold Winds Blow from the A Blaze in Northern Sky album, recorded in '91. This album is recorded in '95, August and October. So this is sort of the end part of Where Cold Winds Blow part 2, if you like. Even has the World Without End. Line on it. Well, it's actually typical of my bass playing here. The notes are picked, so I'd guess I play bass as well. Not that it really matters. A monkey can play the bass. Oh yeah, and this kind of riff was, you know, originally these kinds of riffs was Quorthon from Bathory that started making them in, at least very much on the Bloodfire Death album he did. But, you know, he made sort of the blueprints for that, and when you start to elaborate on those riffs, that's when you accidentally get this sort of more symphonic sound. So, let's just say this is not my favorite riff on this song. I mean, Quorthon made these riffs that were maybe usually a bit simpler. It was okay, but when we all started elaborating on those, it sort of created a symphonic fast sound, which I really think isn't worth a lot, perhaps. Bye bye.
Well, that was fast. A bit of the typical harmonics. The harmonies, the ways of old yes, very strong urge there. Yes, we love the devil, yes. Yes, we do. Yep, they can fuck off. No. Yeah, we used to play... there was a lot of fast songs on this album. By the way, this whole speaking on top of our songs is a very new and different experience for me, so I just went straight away and trying to do it. This is the first take. Oh, there. Hello there. Yeah, on this album, by the way, it was the first time in some years that we actually had the possibility to rehearse a bit, because before this album we had some kind of, I moved away and stuff, so I tried every way possible to make it difficult, but of course not. This is fast again. Well, it's very, this is a very different era anyway than it is now. I don't know, but it's always some kind of interesting to hear the old albums we done. And then I remember the thinking behind the songs and stuff like that, and the particular area we were living in, and the situation in the personal life, etc. Just come rolling forwards. Kind of a Hellwaits attempt on the drums there, no? Well, then it's over, yeah? Okay. Yeah, even more fast stuff. Well, I think this somehow, some way I had to be thinking about I don't know, battery inspired kind of lyrics maybe. I was, you know, this album was the first I ever wrote lyrics for. I have to admit, it was not very, very good, but I tried anyway, you know. I had to, back then I had to be satisfied with it, but today, I don't know. But who cares, you know, I don't care. There you go again with this typical harmonies on the guitar, a very typical, I don't know where it came from, so it's like a... It might be a battery thing that Norwegian bands try to do, you know, I don't know. We had some of it on the Ablaze album as well, and I remember. Very overly, the vocals has a lot of effect on it, like the echoes and I like the sound of the snare drum there. Okay. I can't even remember what kind of amplifier we used or anything. There's a long time since I listened to these songs. The lyrics was very focused on the northern Norwegian way, Norwegian atmosphere. But I can't blame myself for that because it is nice. It is a nice place to live, yes. This album is also a good example that we refuse to trigger the drums. Listen to that bass drum. It's so rolling. You wouldn't believe it.
Oh, what do we have here? It's Fenriz, and it's probably the first black and roll song I did. We were doing some of these kinds of riffs, probably inspired by Celtic Frost again. You know, back in the day on Under Funeral Moon a little bit and A Blazing Northern Sky, but this is really the first black and roll track I did, and I did more of these the next 10 years, really. Up to even late decade of the 00s when I did what the hell? What's that song called again? Which Ghetto was probably the last black and roll song I did. The lyrics on my songs for this album were written by 4 other guys from the scene. My idea behind having other people do the lyrics this time was that 94 saw a lot of people going in different directions. It was always more or less intended that everyone in the scene should go in their own directions. Everyone was free to do that, but I wanted this to be like the last or the final, you know, joint battle or what have you. Yeah, more black and roll riffs here. Pretty fucking pleased with the songs so far. A lot of ooh. No. So we say this is the final track on side A, and it's my final track on that side. So far, I'm happy. I'll tell you where it all goes wrong though. Yeah, I play the guitar like Tom G would do, but I don't know where this sort of riff actually comes from. I'm thinking always Celtic Cross, but this is not a typical Celtic Cross riff. Maybe I'm thinking Death Strike or something, I don't know. These kinds of riffs we I have a knack for doing those. Satyricon also did a lot of those later on. The rockin' black metal. And what am I doing here? I'm sort of speeding up the riff, and playing it fast like this. It's like I'm retarded. I don't know what I'm doing. I could so much better have wrapped this song up with some other heavy, slow part or mid-paced part, but then I go like the last verse in that fucking song, you go around the Christmas tree like suddenly really fast. I fucking hate that. So this is one of the reasons I always slag Total Death. Yeah, that riff, the way I play that fast, no, it's not gonna work. See ya.
Yeah, now I remember the sound is different on the B side of this album because we recorded it in 2 separate segments, spring and autumn or something. But the fragile guitar. Yeah, it sounds different. Not my vocals though, it sounds like hysterical guy. That riff. Obviously I was very inspired by Onslaught from UK. I think actually I was very inspired by Onslaught on this riff. these harmonies on the guitar. It's like I was obsessed by it, but I wasn't, I think. And this sound actually is almost like with this Onslaught inspired riff, and that sound is almost sounds like Onslaught. What the hell? Could it be true? Oh yeah, this is a short one, of course. March to War. Yeah, Northern Skies.
Alright, what the hell is going on? This is thrash metal. Well, I already started to get really goddamn sick about all the copy bands, all the people wanting to play 90s black metal or whatever they call it, like second wave, what have you. So, a lot of those years, like 92, 93, 94, and, you know, well, since the mid-80s, I also listened to thrash. Thrash was always my main style, although I never wanted to play that a lot. Here, though, I just made an all-out thrash metal track, just to make a point. This is a good destruction type of, you know, Infernal Overkill style riff. The drumming on this song, you can hear why I never play, or never wanted to play thrash metal. I can't play thrash metal drum for shit. I'm really bad at it. I can make pretty good thrash metal riffs, but I can't play drums to it. The song is called Blasphemer. Must be a nod to both Sodom and, you know, Rune from Aura Noir and Mayhem as well. Probably not to him, I don't know. Could be. At least it's a nod to Sodom. Another reason I used to slag off the Total Death album is I think the mix on the album, we had two separate mixes, and the one I liked it was voted down by Satyr and Nocturno Culto, so they chose this version. I had one where the bass drums were sort of crushing the whole sound a little bit more, but that didn't pull through, as I wanted a sound that was a little bit, or a mix that were closer to maybe Slaughter's Stepado album or something. More thrash metal. Who the hell started this kind of riff? Maybe it was like Slayer on Hell Awaits or something? I don't know where I got this from. I'm probably just making thrash, you know? Maybe we should have more, you know, thrash metal vocals on this one. So what it really sounds like when thrash metal has, you know, those kind of riffs like Infernal Overkill styles of destruction kind of style riff, old, and then these vocals, this just makes this a black thrash song. Although when I made it, I probably was thinking like, hey, I'm going all out thrash here, but it certainly ain't no Testament sound. Also, you can hear I'm struggling a little bit when it comes to playing the guitar parts really tight, but that doesn't really matter. It's the less tight the better in this style. I mean, listen to the Necrodeath Shining Pentagram demo. It's fantastic. It's supposed to, you know, not be tight. The less tight, the better. Listen to Obsessed by Cruelty by Sodom. It's a fantastic album. It ain't tight at all. Tight kind of takes a lot of the evil atmosphere out of this.
This had to be made. This lyric is obviously inspired by. I lived in Telemark for some months in 95, 96, I can't remember, but I tried to work there, but suddenly the police was throwing me out because they thought I was going to set fire to the entire place. Very smart police. Yeah. But yeah, there was this place with a lot of ravens in it, you know. Very moody place. Very cool. There you have the harmonies again. And to all you Norwegian listening to this, I apologize for trying to portray nynorsk here because it sucks. But anyway, it's really it's cool to listen to the album again, and it feels very right to be talking to a microphone. Or not. A lot of harmonies all the way through. You certainly create atmosphere, but as of today, for example, almost 2011, I wouldn't dare, you know, because we've done that before. If you understand the lyrics, I might give the Ravens more credit for how they think and behave than they actually have the capabilities to, you know. But I like them. I like Ravens. They certainly are a creature for themselves. Oh yeah, we're nearing the end already, yes. Oh yeah, hopefully I have not bored you to death. Nice.
Oh yes, here I am making black metal. I both the bass and the guitar stats there, probably inspired by some song from Mayhem on the Death Curse album. I love it that the drums do not start playing there. It just keeps on waiting for it. And then the very slow drum beat that also comes now is awesome, and the effect on the vocals is perfect. I don't know why we don't always have that. If only this whole track could sound like this, but I had to go ruin it, and you'll know why later on. I don't know where I get these vibes from. Maybe Goat Lord, you know, the band from Texas or something, I don't know. This part that was just now was probably some of the best black metal we ever did. Ah yes, more black metal style. This is inspired probably from the Return era from Bathory. Oh yes, I can hear the Return album from Bathory just seeping through on this riff, and the vocals and everything like. What am I doing here? It's songwriting, it's metal, has really that little break there. Very little to do with the black metal that came before on the two first riffs. And what the hell is this riff? This is what I was talking about from the first song. It's like this emotional escalation of the fast riffs from Bloodfire Death from Bathory. This should never have been done. And if we'd still keep this melody, we should have played it in another tempo, just portioned it out differently, because the way it sounds here with those like fast drumming, it's not working for me at all. This is so far from brutal. Oh no. Oh, come on, please bring the first riff back. Oh yeah, here we go. But you know, now this riff sounds all different because of that wimpy part. You can't just bring that cool vibe back that were in the first riff. We're playing the first riff again here when we had that emo mid part. The most horrid thing is that a lot of bands copied that kind of fast, emotional style of riffing and calling it true black metal. Oh, how they fail. How we fail on that riff. Or I'm solely responsible. Yep, first part of the song, excellence. And then the second is just ruined by the first. Oh, totally rotten solo. This is again inspired by the Return album from Bathory. If you can even call it a solo, it's just nasty. Alright, I hope you enjoyed. Got some additional info. Maybe ruined a little of the magic that was on this album. This is Fenriz. I'm out.